Thank you for attending this ordinary council meeting. For minute-taking purposes, the meeting will be recorded.
Welcome everyone to the April council meeting, for the ordinary council meeting in April. We have first of all the applications for attendance by audio-visual link, which is nil. We have the acknowledgement of country from Councillor Bowditch.
I'd like to thank everyone for attending the council meeting that prepared on the lands that we're meeting on today, which is the Wanneroola people. I'd like to acknowledge them as the traditional custodians of these lands and pay our respects to our elders, past, present and emerging, and any Torres Strait Islander people and Aboriginal elders that are in our meetings tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Bowditch, and civic prayer, Councillor Dunn.
Almighty God, from whom comes every good and perfect gift, we give you thanks for the blessings you bestow upon us in this Shire. Grant to those who hold office in this council the spirit of justice and truth, of wisdom and charity, that mindful of our responsibility and of the needs of those we serve, we may promote the true welfare of your people, exercise wisely and faithfully the authority committed to us, and advance the common good through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Once again, I know that some had other commitments, but thanks again for everyone for turning up to the debriefing session last night. That's been working out really well, I think, having that extra 24 hours to go over things. Apologies for applications for leave. We have two, one from Councillor Brayton and one from Councillor Scholes, moved by Councillor Mahajan and Councillor McNeil. All those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that carried. Confirmation of the minutes of the ordinary meeting held on the 26th of March 2024.
So moved.
Councillor Bowditch and Councillor Woodruff. Any discussion? All those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that carried. Any disclosures of any pecuniary or non-pecuniary interests? I'll start with the left.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Item 10.1.3, page 139, additional permitted use for Liddell and Bayswater, declaring pecuniary interest as the applicant is my employer.
Thank you, Councillor McNeil.
Pecuniary interest in 10.1.3 on page 139, the planning proposal, additional permitted uses for Liddell and Bayswater as the applicant is my employer.
Thank you very much, Councillor Barry.
No.
Councillor Woodruff.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have three. Two in community infrastructure, one enclosed. 10.2.1 on page 220. Mangoola Coal continued operation project, the Yarraman Road upgrade. Documents to be signed under the seal of council. I have pecuniary interest as my employer undertakes work for the applicant. Item 10.2.2 on page 223. Construction traffic management plan, Yarraman Road upgrade. Again, Mr. Mayor, pecuniary interest as my employer undertakes work for the applicant. Closed council 17.2, page 510. Application under the undetected water leak policy. I have a pecuniary interest because my employer is the lessee of the property mentioned in the report.
Okay. Thank you, Councillor Marshall.
10.2.1, Mangoola Coal Continued Operations Project, Yarraman Road Upgrade documents to be signed under the seal of council, page 219. That's my daughter. Oh, sorry, not pecuniary, as my daughter works for the contractor. 10.2.2, construction traffic management plan, Yarraman Road upgrade, page 222. Non-pecuniary interest as my daughter works for the contractor. And 10.2.3, Northview water main easement, non-pecuniary interest on page 268, sorry, as my daughter works for the contractor.
Councillor Bowditch.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Yes, I have four. 10.1.6, the cultural burn on page 199. So the cultural burn project, the Aboriginal NRM engagement officer is one of my trainees. 10.2.1 to page 219, the Mangoola Coal Continued Operation Project, Yarraman Road upgrade. documents to be signed under the seal of council. My daughter works for the contractor. 10.2.2, construction of the traffic management plan on page 222, Yarraman Road upgrade. My daughter works for that contractor as well. 10.2.3, the Northview water easement on page 268. My daughter also works for the contractor that's putting in that pipeline.
Thank you, councillor.
Yes, Mr Mayor, I have three. 10.1.6, page 199, the Cultural Burn Project. I have a pecuniary interest as I'm the CEO of the Wanneroo Aboriginal Lands Council. 10.2.1 to page 219, pecuniary interest, Mangoola Coal Continued Operation Project. My son works for Mangoola Coal. 10.2.2, page 222. Cumulative interest in the construction traffic management plan, Yarraman Road upgrade. My son works for Mangoola.
Yes, councillor.
Yeah, yes, Mr. Mayor, I having a one. Pay item 10.1.17 monthly report to Council Planning, Environment and Regulatory Service. Page 204, item 2024.9.1. I and my wife on this property.
Councillor. Okay, thank you, councillor. Fantastic. There's nil now in a minute. Nil public participation and nil business arising, which brings us to the item 10.1 planning and environment, 10.1.1 DA 2023-14 storage complex, Turner Street, Denman. There's a recommendation that council grants development consent to development application DA 2023/14. Being the establishment of the storage premises at lot 42 DP 771226, subject to the recommended conditions of consent included in attachment B.
I have an alternative, Mr. Mayor. I'll move for deferment for stuff that just entry queries that council has. Defer till the next meeting.
Second that.
So in relation to the noise and the footpath.
Yes, the alternate access or the access out of Turner Street and the pedestrian traffic on the eastern side of the complex.
Thank you, councillor. Woodruff, or second by councillor Marshall. Does anyone wish to speak to the item? Okay, I'll put that all forward. Councillor Woodruff has asked to defer it. All those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that unanimously carried. 10.1.2, which is the additional permitted uses camping ground, Muswellbrook Showground. There's a recommendation that council resolves to 1, prepare a planning proposal pursuant to section 3.33 of the Environmental Planning and Assessment Act 1979 for an amendment to the Muswellbrook Local Environmental Plan 2009 to permit the use of lot 400 DP 578684, lot 22 DP 61590 and lot 10 DP 843828 Maitland Street, Muswellbrook for the purposes of camping ground. 2, request a gateway determination from the Department of Planning, Housing and Infrastructure and exhibit the proposal in accordance with that determination pursuant to section 3.34 and 3.35 of the Environmental Planning and Assessment Act 1979. 3, request that the Director General of the Department of Planning, Housing and Infrastructure issue a written authorisation to Council to exercise delegation of the plan making functions under section 3.36 of the Environmental Planning and Assessment Act 1979 in respect of planning proposal. And 4, issue the General Manager with delegations to finalise the amendment to the LEP unless submissions are received through the public exhibition of the planning proposal, in which case a further report to Council to consider the public submissions is to occur.
Move that way.
So Councillor McNeil and Councillor Lackey. Anyone to speak for? Against? Any discussion? With that motion, all those in favour, please raise a hand. Be it that carried.
Sparkies are out.
No comment.
Don't start nothing while you're out there, isn't it?
10.1.3, the planning proposal, additional permitted uses, Liddell and Bayswater Stage 2. There's a recommendation there that one, council prepare a planning proposal pursuant to section 3.33 of the Environmental Planning and Assessment Act 1979 for amendment to the Muswellbrook Local Environmental Plan 2009 to allow additional permitted uses on part lot 601 DP 1019325, part lot 2 DP 1095515, part lot 34 DP 752486, and part lot 145 DP 752486 as outlined in the attachment A. To request a gateway determination from the Department of Planning and Environment and exhibit the proposal in accordance with the determination pursuant to sections 3.34 and 3.35 of the Environmental Planning and Assessment Act 1979. And 3, request that the Director General of the Department of Planning and Environment issues a written authorisation to Council to exercise delegation of the plan-making functions under section 3.36 of the Environmental Planning and Assessment Act 1979 in respect of the planning proposal. Councillor Bowditch, Councillor Woodruff. Any discussion? All those in favour, please raise your hand. That motion's carried. If you can bring them back in here. This brings us to 10.1.4, Association of Mining and Energy Related Councils New South Wales. There's a recommendation there that Council defers consideration of applying for membership of the Association of Mining and Energy Related Councils New South Wales until the 2-year initial period of membership of the Coalition of Renewable Energy Engineers expires at the end of 2024-2025.
Yes, sir.
I'll second that.
Moved by Councillor McNeil and seconded by Councillor Bowditch. Any discussion? Anyone speak for it or against?
Yeah, I'll speak for it. Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Look, my reason for supporting the motion is a number of grounds. I guess the number one was the report. I'm getting the view that there's certainly a limit to what council can focus on, and council has a lot to focus on at the moment. So I'm very concerned about introducing additional workloads to the staff that would come from the membership, and also the unknown commitments that may financial commitments that may occur by consensus of the rest of the group. Yeah, just not yet. I've seen the presentation. It was quite convincing. I would like more time to actually see the hard copy and sort of assess it against the position of council in terms of workload. And it concerns me that all the common councils around us have not joined, so sort of be on their own in that respect.
Anyone else wishing to Councillor Woodruff?
Yeah, I'll speak in opposition to Mr. Mayor. My opinion is that we need every tool to help our staff and support our community. I think the presentation from the Merck Group had outstanding points that could benefit both our staff and the community. I don't disagree with Councillor McNeil about increasing the workload, but I just felt that the presentation given by the Merck was worthy of our interest.
Thank you, Councillor Woodruff. Councillor Bowditch, do you wish to speak? Is a second?
No, I just, Mr. Mayor, I just would like to to Councillor McNeil's benefits, what he spoke about, and I made it pretty clear that I'm happy with the work that our current team is doing, and I support the work and the benefits that they have working together for our own interests, because they are in our Shire for our own interest to help the community we live in.
Anyone else wishing to speak against? Any other, that 2 for, just 1 against? Yes, Councillor Douglas.
Look, I acknowledge the amazing job that our staff do, but I feel with the community and the way that we need to go in the future, I feel that the presentation really outlined things that could benefit us and the community. I thought they gave a lot of response to some of the things that I had concerns with as a councillor. So, you know, I feel it's something that's needed.
Thank you, Councillor Douglas. A slight bit of information, we didn't touch on quorum there, but I did speak to the General Manager today about there is also a group of 7 councillors as the General Managers together that we haven't received much information on as yet. It's only getting off the ground. If you wanted to speak to that.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. In relation to the councils, there is a somewhat more informal group of 7 hunter councils that are impacted by mining and economic diversification and evolution that are starting to meet, led generally speaking by Lake Macquarie City Council. Once that group gets more formal and starts producing documents and minutes, we'll provide those to council for your information.
Oh, yeah, so we'll have to move the second and spoke against. I'll commit that motion. All those in favour, please raise a hand. So we're voting, okay, so we're debating to defer the membership until after the quorum period to the 24-25 as per the motion.
Just
For the MER. We get with the quorum, defer the MER.
if possible, Mr. Mayor, I want to little bit amendment in this motion. It's, if allowed, instead of 2 years, I personally want, this is not a right time for us to consider this matter, because the new council will become after September, October, whatever, then they're gonna be bring back to if possible, instead of 2 years.
Yeah, but the motion can stand for now. Any, as you know, any council can come in and make a motion. Here, it have you got it? Councillor McNeil, do you wish to accept that amendment, or?
So can you just clarify what the amendment is, please?
Yeah. My amendment is that instead of 2 years, we need to wait, but we should have to bring back to the council tackle this item to bring back to when the new council will become, if they want to keep, then if they don't want to, this is.
Yeah. I have no problem with that.
Yes, thank you. If I may, Mr. Mayor. Thanks very much, Councillor Margin. In essence, the report is identifying that at the end of the 24-25 financial year, with the new council in place, we would bring a further report to council advising on the success or otherwise of the Coalition of Renewable Energy Mayors Group against the information provided by the Association of Mining and Energy Related Councils. So councils can make an informed decision about how they're going to proceed in the future.
So, do you wish to withdraw that? Yeah. And you're happy with the original motion? Okay. Okay, I'll commit that motion again. All those in favour, please raise a hand.
Sorry. Not the motion that was written.
Yes, yes, the motion is written. Those against? Councillor Whitford, Councillor Douglas and Councillor Dunn. Thank you, councillors. I declare that the motion carried. 10.1.5, the draft community benefit fund policy for public exhibition. There's a recommendation there that 1, the draft community benefit fund CBF policy and CBF terms of reference be placed on public exhibition for a period of 28 days, and 2, the planning agreement policy P10/1 be revised and updated in the context of the draft energy policy framework DPHI 2023. Councillor Marshall. Someone a second, Councillor Lecky. Any discussion? Anyone to speak for or against? With that motion, all those in favour, please raise your hand. Sorry, this is another one. There was a request to change the title to the Muswellbrook Shire. Sorry, Louise, I've just remembered that after you. I'll make the amendment. There's an amendment request that it state the Muswellbrook Shire Community Benefit Fund. And if you have to accept that amendment, yes. And who was the seconder? Councillor Lecky. Are you happy to accept that? All right, I recommit that motion. All those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that unanimously carried. Sorry, Louise, it wasn't in the notes, and I thought maybe you.
One, sorry.
That's okay. 10.1.6. There's a recommendation on the cultural burn. The council approves a cultural burn to be carried out on Wanneroo land, Wanneroo local Aboriginal land council land at the Muswellbrook Common, with funding for the cultural burn to be allocated from the major land care projects budget. Councillor Woodruff and Councillor McNeil. Anyone wishing to speak for it? Councillor Woodruff. Councillor McNeil. Anyone speak against? All those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that carried. $10.1.7.
And again.
Monthly report to council, planning, environment and regulatory services. There's recommendation information contained in this report be noted. Councillor Marshall, Councillor Lecky. Any discussion, any questions? With that motion, all those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that carried. Now we're up to the main girl of guys, 10.2.1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get it around the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 around. We've got 6.
So we need plus one.
Yeah. No.
I've spoken to the council officer. You could really anticipate this, Mr. Mayor. And if you're happy to defer the first one, which is 10.2.1, yes. But if you're happy to delegate to myself at 10.2.2, because that works in progress.
Okay, thank you for that. In relation to 10.2.1, I move to defer that item until the next meeting when we have quorum, hopefully. Someone doesn't need to second. Yep, Councillor Barry. All those in favour, please raise your hand. That carried. 10.2.2, the construction traffic management plan, Yarman Road upgrade. So there's an amendment that no, we're going to delegate to the general manager. The council accepts the construction traffic management plans, CTMP Rev H, for the Yarman Road upgrade as attached to the report, and 2, approves the temporary closure of Yarman Road as outlined in the construction traffic management plan and report, and 3, delegates these responsibilities to the general manager. Second that. Councillor Barry. Sorry.
Do we need to defer this then, Michelle? So we can't delegate the general manager in relation?
You can delegate to the general manager
Yeah.
as a procedural motion.
Yeah, there's a procedural motion, yeah.
So make that a procedural motion as I just read out with item number 3.
I think we'll just have to do that.
Oh, okay. Just 10. 10.2.2, council resolves to delegate functions as outlined to the general manager. Councillor Mahajan, Councillor Dunn.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, all those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that carried. So that means we've got someone to come back into vote from the. Okay, yeah, fine. 10.2.3, this is for North View Water Main easement. There's a recommendation the council approves. One, the easement for water supply 3 metres wide across public reserve community land being lot 553 DB 819739 to be advertised in the local paper in accordance with section 47 of the Local Government Act 1993. 2, notification be provided to affected adjoining landowners of the proposal. And 3, no submissions are received in the matter. Give the authority to affix council seal and signatures in accordance with the regulations to the dealing and associated documents to create the easement of water supply 3 metres wide over lot 553 DP 819739 in favour of council.
So moved.
Councillor Woodruff, second. Second. Oh, Councillor Dunn, sorry, I missed it. Any discussion? All those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that carried. 10.2.4, sorry. Ten 2.4, council notes progress in food organics, garden organics, logo, communication and education activities. Was there something else that you wanted us to be added to that after our discussion? No? Okay. I commit that motion. Councillor Woodruff moves. Seconder. Councillor Barry. All those in favour, please raise a hand. That unanimously carried. 10.3, property in place, there's nil. 10.4, corporate services. 10.4.1, City of Newcastle Memorandum of Understanding. There's a recommendation that Council 1 endorses the Memorandum of Understanding between the City of Newcastle and Muswellbrook Shire Council, generally as provided in Attachment A, and 2, delegates authority to the Mayor and the General Manager to sign the Memorandum of Understanding on Council's behalf. Councillor Bowditch, Councillor Barry. Anyone wishing to speak to it?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Great news. Really looking forward to collaboration with in regard to planning and helping out Sharon and the team. Yeah, it's a great effort, and I hope it lasts a long time. Well done.
And just on behalf of Muswellbrook Shire Council, for the record, we do wish to thank Newcastle City Council very much, as it's appreciated and will help relieve a lot of strain on a country community such as ours moving forward. So well done. Thank you, Newcastle Council. I commit that motion. All those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that unanimous and carried. 10.4.2, draft 2024-2025 operational plan for public exhibition. There's a recommendation the council approves the draft 2024-2025 operational plan to be placed on public exhibition for a period of 28 days. And 2, requests a further report providing the details of all public submissions received to be submitted to council following conclusion of the public exhibition period.
So moved.
Hang on a minute, sorry, sir. Have someone on their feet.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Happy to move the recommendation and also express my thanks to the whole council team for the great work they've done. It's been a collaborative effort and it's very much appreciated. Thank you all.
Thank you, Councillor Woodruff. Can I echo that? Is someone second it? Councillor Marshall. And thank you once again. And there's some great photos in there, which I must add, Mr. General Manager. Thank you. All those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare the unanimously carried. 10.4.3, the draft Muswellbrook Shire Council fees and charges 2024-2025 for public exhibition. And this is for council to approve the draft 2024-2025 fees and charges to be placed on public exhibition for a period of 28 days. So it's a season. Feedback. Councillor Woodruff. Councillor Martin. Any discussion? Please raise a hand. Say that unanimously carried. 10.4.4, the draft Muswellbrook Shire Council Revenue Policy 2024-2025 for public exhibition. This recommendation the council endorses the draft 2024-2025 revenue policy on public exhibition for 28 days. Councillor Marston and Councillor Woodruff. Any discussion? With that motion, all those in favour, please raise a hand. There, that unanimously carried. 10.4.5, reported investments held as at 31st of March 2024. The council notes council's investments as at 31st of March 2024. Councillor Marsden and Councillor Marshall. All those in favour, please raise a hand. There, that unanimously carried. 10.4.6. Monthly financial report for March 2024. The council notes the financial reports for the month ending 31st of March 2024. Councillor Mahajan, Councillor Barry. With that motion, all those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that unanimously carried. 10.4.7, the draft 2024-2025 budget estimates. The council approves the draft 2024-2025 budget on public exhibition for 28 days. Councillor Woodruff and Councillor Barry. Any discussion? With that, all those in favour, please raise a hand. And thank you very much, Josh, on all those documents from you and your team. It is very, very much appreciated the position that you've assisted us to get to, mate. Can't thank our staff enough. Thank you. 10.5, community and economy. 10.5.1, community services. That the information contained in this report be noted. Councillor Marshall, seconded by Councillor Fairlidge. Any discussion? With that motion, all those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that unanimous and carried. 11, item 11, minutes of committee meetings. 11.1, the industrial closures committee meeting on the 19th of March 2024. Recommendation that the minutes for the industrial closures committee held on the 19th of March 2024 be noted. Councillor Marshall and Councillor Woodruff. Any discussion? With that motion, all those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that unanimously carried. 10.2, the Finance Review Committee. The minutes of the Finance Review Committee meeting held on the 21st of March 2024 be noted. Sorry. 11.2, I said that, don't I? Sorry, the minutes for the Financial Review Committee meeting held on the 21st of March 2024 be noted. Councillor Lecky. Councillor Mahajan. All those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that unanimous and carried. 11.3, Aboriginal Cultural Inclusion Committee meeting on the 2nd of April 2024, that the minutes for the Aboriginal Cultural Inclusion Committee meeting held on the 2nd of April 2024 be noted. Councillor Bowditch, and I'll second that. Any discussion? All those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that unanimous and carried. State Significant Development Committee, 9th of April 2024. There's a recommendation that the minutes of the State Significant Development Committee meeting held on the 9th of April 2024 be noted. Councillor Woodruff and Councillor McNeil. Any discussion? Okay, with that motion, all those in favour, please raise your hand. Declare that carried. 11.5, the Grants Review Committee from the 11th of April 2024. There's a recommendation of one, council notes the minutes for the Grants Review Committee meeting held on the 11th of April 2024, and 2, adopts the community grants and sponsorship applications as outlined in the report to be placed public exhibition for a period of 28 days, provided there are no alterations to the applications due to objections or feedback. And 3, should objections and feedback be received, a further report be submitted to council at the conclusion of the public exhibition period. Councillor Woodruff, Councillor Marshall. Any discussion? With that motion, those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that unanimous and carried. There is the notice of motions in relation to the council 12.1 councillor motions for submission to the 2024 National General Assembly for Local Government. And there's a recommendation that the 4 motions contained in the report be approved as Muswellbrook Shire Council motions for submission to the 2024 National General Assembly of Local Government.
Move that.
Councillor Woodruff, Councillor Marshall. All those in favour, please raise a hand. Declare that unanimous and carried. Councillor reports. I'll start from my left. I think.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's my absolute pleasure to be semi-involved with the diesel, dust and rust. I wanted to relay thanks to council for waiving the fee. Once again, the crowd exceeded the year before. We've moved the markets were moved up adjacent into the around the tennis courts, which proved to be a great initiative. Even though the weather wasn't quite the normal Denman weather, the crowd was exceptional and people were very impressed. Everyone had a great day. Friday night cook-up was tremendous as always. Saturday night campfires was out of this world. So, yeah, my thanks to council for supporting a community event like that, and congratulations to Diesel, Dust and Rust and the Denman Chamber for putting on an event. It was really good.
Yeah, the rain go. Yeah, the rain go.
Yeah. For a second year.
Councillor Marshall.
Yeah, just want to reiterate what Councillor Woodruff just said.
Yeah.
Great night Friday night, great day Saturday, and a great night Saturday night.
Councillors, anyone along this side? Councillor Douglas.
Yeah, I just want to thank council. On the weekend, as part of Blackroot, we hosted 18 university students from a technology university in Sydney. So they came up as part of an organisation called Big Lift, where they go into rural communities and support rural towns. So they were able to do tree planting with council on Saturday all day down at Tarampah. So that was a fantastic opportunity. And then on Sunday, they were able to go and help the CWA with painting and one of the disability groups as well. And we put on a fantastic barbecue for them on the Saturday night. So I want to thank council for making it possible and supporting the program. They really enjoyed it.
I'll stand up and have a rest today, but I just want to say thank you to the staff and council and the community in relation to the renaming ceremony down there at Tarampah. The Hunter Beach was the working title for the project to receive grant funding. Tarampah is now its formal name. There was a lot of people down there asking questions and receiving the education, specifically the staff for educating the people and for the different areas in council. I don't know if Chambers is here, but himself, Chris Emerson and the rest of the staff. As I spoke on the day, our community is about inclusivity. It doesn't matter where you're from, your background, it's about the community and the people in it, and that's what we're about. We can have all the infrastructure in our community to host many people, but if we don't have the right people coming along and being with a positive attitude, that's pointless. So that's the big thing about having pride in our community, and that shone through on that day. And I'd like to thank everyone for coming along to that, and especially the staff for doing it. It was a fantastic event. And as I say, Muswellbrook's open. It's open to everyone of all walks of life. Thank you. And your written questions for the next meeting. Well, that's I have a recommendation for adjournment into closed council. Some to Councillor Douglas and Councillor Barry. All those in favour, please raise a hand. Be that unanimous and carried, which takes us into closed council. We won't be on. Council now and start the recording. We've done that.
Oh, okay, you did it in close. Yeah.
Okay. Seven, closed council 17.1, the contract 2023-2024-0577 processing or reuse of lime residue. Council resolved to one, accept the tender submitted by Loop Organics Proprietary Limited to be awarded as the sole source supplier to Muswellbrook Shire Council for services on an equal-off basis under contract 2023-2024-0577 processing or reuse of lime residue for the period 1st of May 2024 to the 30th of April 2027, and that a provision be allowed for 2 12-month extensions based on satisfactory contractor performance, which may take the contract through to 30th of April 2029. And 2, commits to utilise the contract to remove at minimum 5,000 tonnes of lime residue during the initial term of the contract, and committing a minimum contract value of $388,000 excluding GST. And 3, delegates the general manager authority to enter into a contract for the processing or reuse of lime residue with Loop Organics Proprietary Limited. That motion was carried. 17.2, council resolved under the application under undetected water leaks policy that council approves a reduction of $8,034.69 on the non-residential sewer charges as detailed in the report. Council, again, that motion was carried. Council also 17.3, general manager's mid-term performance review report. The review of the general manager's performance agreement was accepted unanimously by all council members, councillors. And 17.4, general manager's performance priority. Council notes the information contained in the report. It was again voted unanimous, which brings us to 6:51, and I think that's the earliest closure that we've had. So thank you, councillors, and appreciate your time, and to staff as well. Thank you. Yeah.
Mondays are working.
Does that mean we get to go for dinner or something?
Yeah.
Don't go back to work.
Sorry,